What's up, I'm Aidan. You are watching my barn conversion vlog. Today what we are doing is me and Dan are going to bring over the timber frame for the cartlodge. I'm going to place it here. Lucky enough I've got good neighbours. I've stored it over in their yard for the meantime, and then because we've got a bit more space now, we're going to bring it over. Me and Dan are going to figure out how to do it. I've delegated him to drive the telehandler because he drives all like the big tugs that tow around planes and stuff like that. So we're just going to figure it out, lay it over. So we've got everything across part of that side that come with that one. That was a bit like wobbly, we had to do it slowly. So we're going to move the stairs across over to here, and then we've got to organise this and figure out exactly what's what. It's an S something side top, back right. It's just stuff like scribbled on, but it's wet wood, so when they didn't left sole plate. I have no idea what that says. Front left. See, they wrote on it, and then they've left some of the wood outside, and it's got all wet, so you can hardly read it. I'm just gonna have to figure out what's what. Following day. So me and Dan, we got everything laid out. It's all sorted. We had a plan of action. We was going to put the back section up first, then do the front, then the tie beams in between. And unfortunately the old regional lockdown happened, which means that Dan's effectively in a tier 3 and we're in a tier 2 here, so that made things difficult. So Sean, the one that's helping me out, that builder, him and his bricklayers, they're not comfortable with having someone on site that's from a 2-3 area, even though Dan literally had a test the other day which come back negative. So he had a test on Friday, it's Wednesday today, he had the results on Monday, negative, but obviously they're not happy, so it's either one or the other. So because Dan's not technically working, that's just obviously what we have to do. I can't now do the cartlodge on my own, and we was really looking forward to it. So now we're having to pay some carpenters to come in. I assume they'll need my help still anyway, but it's just one of the things. I've got plenty to do, but it's kind of a little bit soul destroying in a way. Anyway, check you tomorrow. It's a little bit windy today, and I've been helping the carpenters. They've never put up one of these before, so I probably know a little bit more than them just from like research and stuff. So we was working our way through it. We put the backside up, and then they went to have a little bit to eat, and then the wind picked up and it fell down basically. So now we're putting it back up and we're bracing it properly this time and putting all the dowels in at the bottom and stuff. So I'll take you over, I'm going to time lapse it, and then I'll talk you through it like tomorrow morning or at the end of the day. I'll say exactly what we've done here, there and everywhere. Right, it's a Saturday, no one else is here apart from me. I've just done a little couple of bits. I'll talk you through the situation if you're buying one of these kind of like cartlodges. I've gone for a Douglas fir all back. It's an oak front. I've got it from a place called Swift Oak. They're cheaper than other places, but as a result of that means a bit more faffing on site. So the mortises are drilled, but only part way through, not all the way through, and the tenons are not. So what you do is you put your uprights on, you put your wall plate on, and then you have to mark through with an offset pricker. You don't have to use an offset pricker. Mine's offset by 3mm, and you offset it towards the shoulder. This is my offset pricker. So obviously that goes towards there, so the flat bar goes towards the shoulder. This is the shoulder. I should say the reason why the holes are offset is because when you put the dowel through it, it pulls in the joint. Because we'd already doweled the very top before it fell down, we had to take them out, and because it was softwood, it actually ripped through the tenons, so we've put in extra just to obviously sort that out. It was a blessing in disguise because we forgot to mark and do the dowels at the bottom anyway, but obviously nothing's really damaged and it's okay. This is my genie lift that I got from that auction, and I've just literally made up these extension bars. So these are off the old barn, the bits that I won't be using. So I've drilled through, put some bolts, and then we can basically, because when it comes to getting up close against the wall, we couldn't lift them all the way up, so we had to handball them over. So this will help doing the tyre beams on the edges because of the wall. And if you do get one from Swift Oak, don't forget your dowels down the bottom, because we didn't put these in initially and we just done this whole thing. So obviously we didn't do it quite right the first time because none of us had done it, but it's not that hard. Sean was laughing, saying he told the carpenters, saying, oh, Aidan reckoned he could have done this with his mate. I think it's like I'm showing the carpenters what to actually do, because they've never done it before, so if anything I'm more capable than they are. So it's not that hard. You just need obviously the right equipment and you can get it done. I've been using, the carpenters have been using my wooden mallet as well from World War II, so they haven't even got a wooden mallet on them. They're using my pricker, my auger bit, everything. So yeah, we'll be back. We'll put the front on. There's going to be a bit of faffing with the central post, but that's just the thing. And I've got some stainless steel nails for the nail gun, because if you nail steel into, or any steel going into oak, it like rusts it, and then I need to treat all the back at some point. But it's nearly Christmas. Anyway, I'll catch you in a couple of days. So that's it, we're wrapping up for Christmas basically. Carpenters are gone. The bricklayers weren't here today because there's a little bit of water. They obviously couldn't be bothered. These braces, I've got 4 of them left, but there's literally nowhere else where they've cut out the mortises. I assume that they was meant to go there. Obviously they didn't cut out the mortises, we didn't put them in, I didn't see them, still sitting over there, so that's not great, is it? Obviously they're like wind braces, so it doesn't matter too much, because obviously I'm putting stud work in here, and then I'll have to put some ply or something just for the racking, and then we'll go from there. So I've got the carpenters for a 3rd day, but that will be obviously in the new year, so we can put on the roof trusses, everything. Well, I say roof trusses, the rafters, they're all bird-mouthed and cut and everything. We've got a ridge, but they don't want to get up too high on a scaffold without the platform, so I'm going to put in the actual floor joists, and then that way they haven't got far to fall if something happens, and then I can just crack on from there. But they said it's probably best to wait until I want to actually put the roof finish on as well. Otherwise, if I put the P5 board on, the chipboard, like the floor in, and it rains, it gets like mashed up, and it's like it doesn't really last that long. So we had a bit of a mishap here. Obviously it's glued and clamped. Now what happens is, if you don't drill the mortises all the way through, by the time you whack your peg in, and then if you hit it too hard, it will just split out the other side. So I just need to put some bolts in underneath to hold that post in place, and then that's it, I'm done basically. I can wrap everything up, close the container. I think I'll probably stay here tonight and then I'll go home tomorrow. But I'm going to leave it there. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.